Good evening to all. On behalf of Indira Gandhi National Open University, Region Center, Bangalore, I heartily welcome the dignitaries, Professor Lakshman Naik sir, and my beloved colleagues in the Region Center, Study Center, other Region Center staff for the webinar arranged today evening. And my special thanks to our beloved director, Dr. Umesh Chandra Pandey, Director of Regional Service Division. He is the main person for arranging these webinars, particularly on this record management system. So our thanks to him also for providing this encouragement and opportunity to have a good number of events for the welfare of the Region Center. So the webinar title is Record Management System Innovative Practices. Mainly, this is the topic chosen as the Government of India announced special campaign 3.0 from 2nd October 2023 to 31st October 2023 with the focus on Swachhata and reducing pendency in the government offices. So the main focus areas of campaign include effective disposal of public grievances, references from the members of parliament, and the parliament assurance, cleanliness drive, disposal of scrap, and weeding out of files, and the Swachhata related activities, etc. So, as a part of these activities, IGNOU RC Bangalore has proposed to organize today webinar on record management system, innovative practices, and the research person is Dr. Lakshman Naik, scientist, ICER, National Dairy Research Institute, deemed university, and he is also the program in charge of our program study center at NDRA. For this PG diploma, also the master degree in food safety and quality management. Really, we are grateful to you, sir, for accepting our invitation within a short span of time. And beyond this also, we are grateful to Lakshman Naik sir. Sir has arranged many alumni meets for PGDPM for safety alumni in collaboration with IGNU. And he also was the chief guest for our second alumni meet arranged after convocation last year. And as and when we request sir, he used to attend our functions, web conferences, all the meetings. We never heard no from sir. Really very grateful to you, sir, for accepting our invitation. And it's a privilege to have you for today's session. We hope that all of us will get a clear guidelines about the record management system at RCs, particularly a central government organization, as we are also experiencing that. Many times the files are coming offline and now everything going on digital. So there are some communication gaps taking place in the meanwhile. So hence, this session will provide us good light on our proper maintenance also, on what the gaps prevailing in the system also, how to overcome. I hope that sure our staff and other LSC staff will enjoy this session. It will be a valuable and information one too. I wish all the success. Now, may I request Dr. Lakshman Naik sir to kindly deliver the keynote address, please.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for the formal welcome. And I take this, I'm audible, ma'am, right? Yeah. I take this opportunity to thank IGNOU RC Bangalore for giving me to be part of this webinar. First of all, I would like to thank Dr. Umesh Chandra Pandey, sir, Director Regional Studies, and then Dr. Radha Madam, RD, RC Bangalore, ARD, Madam Kasturi, Dr. Shanmugam sir, I could not see that Hema Malini madam, and all the staff members of the Bengaluru and coordinators from other study centers. Very good evening. Now I'd like to share my presentation. Just a minute. Okay. Is it visible, ma'am? Oh, my screen is visible.
Yes, sir, yes, sir, visible, sir.
So I'll be briefly discussing the record management systems. So out of this management system some of the innovative practices that are linked to our IGNO. So time to time, I would like to give some examples. What are the innovative practices we are following? So that could be helpful in proper record
Left.
management.
First we left.
So this is the content of my presentation. In the introduction part, I will cover the types of records and examples of academic records. Those things I will cover. And in the record management systems, I will cover the requirement of record management life cycles and all. And I'll give you some key examples, some innovative practices we are following in this one with the conclusion. So I'm not an expert in this field. Whatever knowledge I have gained during my this last 10 years of this profession and some industrial experience, I have tried to collect it, all the information from the various sources, and then I have just compiled it. Okay. So first, let us see the record. Record is
I request Mr. Ravi to kindly mute your audio, please.
ಇದಿಲ್ಲ
all others
ಏನು
kindly mute. Okay.
ಅಮೃತ ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ
Excellent.
ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ನಮ್ದು
Ravi, mute your audio.
ಎಲ್ಲಿ
Others, please mute.
ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ದು
Okay.
ಇದೇ ನಮ್ದು
Record is any document, just
ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ
any document or letter or book or map, a photograph, a sound or video recording, microfilm, magnetic tape, electronic medium, or the information of recording medium, regardless whether it is a physical or electronic in characteristics, and regardless of whether it is a public access or open or restricted. And it is created or received by a agency. For example, in case of this IGNO, creating a one record, or if we receive a message from the headquarters, so that can be by created by an officer or by an agency, including the audience or in the transaction of public business. So all those things covers under the main category of records. So the items which does not include in the category of records, those are convenience copies, blank forms, stock of publications, library, museum materials, copies of documents furnished to the public under the Public Information Act, RTA, and those things. So now let us discuss what are the types of records. These are the six broad types of records. So first one is administrative records. So the records which pertains to the origin, development, activities, and accomplishment of that IGNO activities. So all those things, administrative related records which fall under this. Then comes the legal records. So there are other subclasses. Those subclasses I will explain in the subsequent slides. Okay. This is the broad classification. The next one is legal records. Records of legal value, including those with evidence of legally enforceable rights and obligations. Then third class is physical records. All the financial transaction related records that comes under this physical records. Then historical records. Records worthy of permanent preservation for the references. Then records, research records. Records used in the scholars, our learned scholars, they were using all those things. Then comes the electronic records. Moving to the next subclasses of those. Administrative records, under that we have one policy records and operational records. As the name indicates, is related to the policy. So how that IGNO, what are the governing documents, reporting documents, how the organization should look. All those things comes under the policy records. The records that relate to the organization, such as plans, methods, techniques, and rules that IGNO has adopted to carry out its responsibilities and function. To streamline all the function and everything is uh, informed in these policy records. So under these policy records, three basic categories are there. One is organizational documents. The second one is governing documents. Third one is reporting documents. So under the organization documents, budget planning records, physical records, organizational and function charts. So these organization charts, all of you are aware that that one uh, I will share in the next slide. So that all those things comes under the organization documents. Then comes the governing documents. So the manual, directives, orders, correspondence files of high-level officials, then regulations, circulars, memoranda that establish the link to with the other organizations, all those things, all will fall in the governing documents. Then the third category is reporting documents. Under this, annual reports, periodic progress, all the reports IGNO is submitting to the higher levels. So all those will fall under the reporting documents. Then the operational records, records necessary to implement the administrative policies, procedures, and operations. So, for example, mandate of IGNO or procedural records, all those things comes under the operation. So these are the administrative records. Then comes the legal records, records relating to the property rights. So now recently we are coming up with a new IGNO office. So we need to maintain the land registration details and everything, contract details, agreement, lease, license, all the things will come under the this legal records. And again, the record relating to the citizenship rights. Some these having important statistical information, such as those are related to other legal records and all. Okay, it's like birth certificate, death certificate, marriage certificate, and some of them are related to the legal proceedings and criminal cases. All those things comes in this. Then records related to the employment. For example, service book, the personal information, all the details of that will be there in the service book. Then payroll records, all these things. And records containing information required to be protected. So that in this one, executive orders, rules, regulations, record to establish or support the judicial opinions and interpretation, all those things comes under the legal records. Then I'll be discussing on the type of academic records. These are some of the suggestive list only. I have just compiled from the IGNO, compiled from Google and correlated to the IGNO academic records. Okay. So first one is legal or constituting documents. So the IGNO constitutions, bylaws, all those things related to the policy statements, all those things come to. For example, governing body, board, academic council, financial, student affairs, major academic and administrative committee, all the details. The vice chancellor, pro vice chancellor, director of school of studies, divisions, RDs, including all the faculty details, all the comes under this legal or constituting documents. So this is the organization chart, as all of you are aware. No need to explain this one. Then we moving to the next type of records are reports. So this NAC accreditation visit reports and all, audit reports, self studies report, annual budgets, office of admissions and all those things. Institutional research and university relations related to that campus alumni meet and placement, all those things. Then CSR fund utilization, all those things. Then the research project, including the grants, all those things. Then comes the third record, school of studies departments, or under that example, like minutes, reports, syllabus, faculty CV, then previous question papers, all those things, assignments, all those things. Then retired, resigned employees or terminated employees or recently employed, deceased personnel, all the details comes under this one. The register like calendars, class schedules, meetings, and transcript, all those things. Then enrollment record per year, what is the enrollment, or per session, what is the enrollment record on graduation, yearly graduation records, and all those things. Academic, honorary, service, social organizations, and student facility, all these things. Then comes the fourth category is publications. So newsletter, IGNO posters, booklets, brochures for uh, strengthening our admission, all those things comes. So like books, poster, magazines, catalogs, special bulletins, yearbooks, alumni magazines, all those comes under the other publications. Then special form of materials documentation operated and developed by the IGNO. So these are like because of after the COVID and all, we are more user friendly with this type of this fifth category of records. So these are like audio visual, multimedia productions, still photographs, slides, motion picture films, like webinars, YouTube. So we could find many alumni feedback in the YouTube, and many other study materials are available. Then e-Gnan portion, many other links related to that study material. And ignore alumni feedback, the interviews, transcriptions, all those things, maps, blueprints, plots, plans, and then self-learning materials. All these are the digital, you can say that. Then affairs related to the institution, for example, museum or those special vertical film files like primary and secondary materials, and records and papers produced by the IGNO. These are the special records. Okay. So then moving to the record management. So as I have just copied the flyer image produced by Radha ma'am. Okay. So as you can see that record management is a cyclic process. So consists of 5 main stages. First is a creative or receiving stage. Then user will either use it or modify or create the entries in this one. Means it is a strengthening. And then one need to maintain or protect this record, and then dispose or destroy the record. And if there is any requirement, you need to preserve it or archive this cyclic process. So in nutshell, the application of management techniques to create, use, maintain, retention, preservation, and destruction of records for improving the efficiency of record keeping, and this ensures the access to the public information. And by doing all these things, we will be reducing the cost or time. Okay, so many a times we wanted to, for example, from the headquarters, they will be asking reports or information. So we will be wasting almost 10 to 20 minutes to search the record. Where is the file? Where was it? Where was or to whom? What is the state? Where it is went? For example, like if you want to apply for leave, so now because of that e-file, e-office and other things, so it will as the it has to, because we were in government, so we have to follow some life cycle of a record. Okay, some stages it has to be the create. Once we apply some grants or application, it needs to be approved or recommended by the approved authority. So in that case, it has to follow many stages. So the next image, it is a records. Okay, so how it is helpful in the record management business, how it is helpful. So these records are created by the people, agents who was involved. So IGNO people will be creating the records, and they will be using it whenever the information sought by the higher authorities or headquarters or the students. So okay, so we will be creating and using, and this establish the link between the to fulfill the mandate of the IGNOU. So and it will be easy to perform the business. Okay, so if you follow the proper management cycles. And so then why the record management is important? Because it is a legal requirement for compliance, timely response to the inquiries, information sought to the headquarters and all, for efficiency, records protections, timely disposition, cost reduction, and legal protection. These are the uh, main requirements of the record management. And record management is the practice of maintaining records of an IGNOU. So by control the records from the time they are created until their destruction or archival preservation. So this is the uh, record management. So moving to the records life cycle. So as per the National Archives and Records Administration, so there are three stages of record life cycle. So first one is a creation or receipt of the record. Then it is the maintenance and use of the record, and the final stage disposition of the record. So we can see that how many other stages in the tool. Once it is created, it will go to the second person who will be giving the remarks on the tool. Then it will go to the next person for like if some instrument or equipment to be purchased. It will go to the audit whether the funds is available or not. That audit concurrence will come. Then will go to uh, uh, the next stage like account sections. They will verify it, and if the budget is available, they will mark yes available under what head like that. Okay, so it will follow some life cycle. So for that we need to have a proper managing that. Then comes the scanning of original documents, means hard copy to soft copy. When you're scanning or transferring, so we need to have a proper authenticity. So we need to record what it is in this one. So while scanning, each and every information should be properly visible and readable. That okay. And reliability, record full and accurate representation. If it is a 100-page information, need to record all the 100 pages and all. So not to skip a one or one side you just recording or scanning and the other side is not scanning. That should not happen. And it should be integrity to be made. So it should be a complete, unaltered, and it should be protected from unauthorized access and alteration. That integrity should be. And for the usability, a record can be located and retrieved, and as per requirement, it should be used. So these are the minimum requirement when scanning. So then comes the record retention period. So retention period is the minimum time that must pass through from the creation, recording or receipt of the record to fulfillment of its action before it is eligible for the destruction. So as per the federal laws have collected from information from that one, so they're giving some codes for the record retention abbreviations. For example, AV, so stands for administratively valuable record. Then next category is C, falls for stands for that calendar year, like that. Then FE, physical year end, like LE, life of asset. For the entire life period, we need to preserve that record. So administrative valuable, that those things also we need to preserve. It's calendar year and everything. So just like a calendar and all. So once it is over, we need to just dispose it off. This is of no use. For example, a master's student assignments and everything. So we can not the assignment, the transcript or not the transcript, that answer sheets. Okay, so you can preserve those answer sheet for 2 years plus additional 1 year. After that, you can dispose it off as per the requirement. Okay, like that. Okay, so record disposition plan we need to have. So it is an integral part of the record management system, and to the final stage of the life cycle of the record. So in this, we need to initiate the sorting process. So sorting process that separates the record into categories of whether it can be destructed or transferred to a temporary records or transferred to a permanent records for permanent retention or destruction, like that. Okay. Records accumulating that are temporary in nature may not require any formal destruction plan or retention plan. So they are just like calendar year records and all. So we just need to. So these are usually coded with the AV, as we discussed in the previous slide, and require no formal disposition. We need to preserve them, and those which are meant for destruction, we need to either shred it or plug it or leave it for the incineration. So because of the some legal information, it should not be thrown as such to the outside, so other people may misuse. From that point of view, we need to either incinerate or shred it into small parts. So then, moving to the some of the innovative practices we are following. Okay, so you cannot do any innovations in the record. So you not alter it, but only so the management means how efficiently you will get information from this process, whether it is a hard copy or soft copy and everything. Okay, so for example, this is a one online meeting. For that, we created in a WhatsApp, so for orientation. So we just created a online poll in that one. So we told them students, because each one of them are having one or other activity, and then so we inform them, let us have a maximum. We'll go with the maximum. So in this case, majority they voted for the 5 p.m. And then we went. We can see that who all are voted in for the 5 p.m. and all. Okay, this is one example. Then moving to the online meeting attendance tracking. Okay, so if you download this Google Meet attendance list software, madam, are you people using this software, ma'am? I know RC Bangalore is using, or any other coordinators from the study center, are they using this software? I just wanted to know that, so that I
Yeah,
can.
Badrinath sir.
Okay.
Badrinath sir, I think we are using now, sir.
Okay. So that's fine. Then, okay. So what you have to do is you just install this Google Meet attendance in your website. Okay.
Online is being used by study center, sir, for attendance recording.
Okay. Any other software you can use it. Otherwise, this is also a fine. Okay.
Yes.
Freely available. Okay. So once the meeting is over, you will get this type of information. So all the participant, when it was created, so you can see that 2023 date, time, and everything. So the
Excuse me, sir.
attendees. Yes, please.
When we are recording the meeting, also we are getting a Excel sheet like this, who all attended,
Yes.
along with the recording thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Fine. Thank you. So the total duration in that call or in that meeting, that all the information you can get it in this. So this can be used for the other reporting, and then again further, so you can extract in the this form, and then this is the other way of representation. Okay, so this way also you can So many times we use log for this example, ignore dispatch register. So we need to certify that this certificate with effect from which date, and certify that this register contains page this number to this number, like that. Okay. And if it is a very important document, important log in that case, so we need to specify what is the instrument name, what is the make, model, date of installation, cost of the instrument, source of fund. All the information should be available in the first register, even including the supplier contact number or visiting card. If something is there, that if any breakdown or something is there, immediately you can contact this firm, like that. Okay. Then file, giving a proper name to that file. Okay. This is a after entering this assignment awards in the portal. Okay, so we may get a command to download this or to save this file in the PDF. Okay, so when I save this, it will give this type of, it will be saved with this file, and each and every file will be subsequently saved with this assignment entry doc point print, like that, like that. Okay, so before while saving, if you give it proper name, okay, a short title, whether it is related to the assignments or practical and other thing, course and date, like this, MVP 001 July session assignment 22-23, like that. Okay, so proper, with that you can, if you just search in your system MVP 001, all the file related to that, it will reflect. Otherwise you have to search in this folder, whether it is in this folder or that folder, like that. So it will just simply waste time. Okay. Then other innovative practice what we are doing, so we have created a alumni record blank form. Okay, so these are the some of the parameters, like enrollment, scholar enrollment number, name, date of birth, permanent address, all the details. Okay, and we inform the students to fill in their own handwriting. Okay, this we are maintaining, and then the students assignment comes, we will be matching with this their handwriting. If it is matching, then we can say that yes, this is written by the that particular student. If it is not matching, nowadays many fraud cases are happen. Many other people will be contacting the students. We will be preparing your assignments and everything, even project reports. If you give this much amount money, something, we will on your name, we will submit, like that. So if this is the mechanism, if you can implement, you can trace it out whether it is proper or not, and that can. So then in the email, so okay, this is the email from our RC Bangalore. So in the email, so and the subject, if you write the topic, date, time, and also include the Google Calendar and everything, that will suffice the purpose. So okay, so many times in per day, hundreds of email will be falling in your inbox. Okay, so very difficult to, or sometimes you may forget it. Okay, so suddenly if you say that, okay, the academic council meeting was 27 something, or that particular date, if you just click, then you will get the details. Okay, like that. Okay, so Radha ma'am's mail only I have just and then students will be submitting synopsis. Okay, so each time student, I have experienced very typical experience. So all students used to just submit the synopsis, new document, new document, new document, new document. Very difficult to trace out. Or so then when during our synopsis meeting, we inform the students all the guidelines, including how to name the file. So, for example, a student name followed by their uh, enrollment number, whether it is this particular PGDFS or MSCs, and it is related to synopsis or project or something like that. If they name their file in this format, it is very easy for us to trace and maintain the record. So then comes some of the in some disclaimer. Okay, some mail may be having confidential information by mistake. If it goes, so this information should be the email contains confidential information. If it is not if you are not intended address it, then please don't use it or misuse it, and if something is there, please notify like that. So disclaimer. So these are the some of the so many such things are there you can implement, but only few points I just try to explain over there. Then the minimum requirement for a record. So for us, maintaining record is a biggest task. Okay, so every year hundreds of records will be accumulated, and tracing these records will be very difficult. Okay, so this is one of the legal requirement. You should have a record room. Every the person or agency who is involved in creating record must have a proper record room, maybe one room or two room as per your requirement, and there should be a designated record officer only under his administrative role. These all the record management things should happen. So this some of the requirements, like a separate record room, or if not a room, then a stack area, designated area should be there for the record. And the record room should be as far as possible located in the ground floor of a building, and it should be if it is near the window or open space and other things, so should be protected from the mesh grills and other thing. Then need to be protected from the rainwater spillage and all those things. Okay, need to protect from rain shades and all those things. All the safety like fire fighting arrangements and all needs to be including pest management, all those things to be done, and it should be have a air condition where it is legal requirement, or many other important documents you are storing, all those things. Then the ideal room temperature you need to maintain 22 to 25 degrees Celsius with a relative humidity of 45 to 55, because if it is very wet and other thing, so the paper may the paper used in the hard record may spoil, or insect may that weevils and other thing may spoil. So we need to maintain the proper temperature. Okay. So these are the things I wanted to share. Actually, Radha ma'am contacted me to suggest a suitable person. I suggested that name because of their busy schedule and other things, so they denied. And as the time was approaching, so I could not find a suitable person. I only accepted it. So this is what, then we can have a question and answers, if anything, please. Yes, madam. Shanmugam sir.
Thank you. It's over, sir.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, over, sir. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. That's why it's completed. Madam, Adi, madam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir,
Sir.
really very nice presentation. In fact, many we are not aware also, sir. Lakshman sir. Now
I'm
we
also
came
not
to know
aware,
that.
ma'am.
Even study center maintaining this much nicely, we are totally happy and surprised also. We are visiting, me, Shanmugam, all we are visiting, but we have not referred these records. It is really very nice or very useful video, in fact. And I think that we have selected a right person for today's webinar.
Thank you.
Yes, nice categorization of these files. The
Yes,
classification, really, it's good information, madam.
really good information. Sir, what about the MSc PG diploma also? You have started, no, sir, practicals?
Yes,
And
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. MSc and actually PGDFS came and MSc first year all the syllabus is same. The second year syllabus is different for the MSc PGDFS came
okay,
because
yes.
of that lateral
So
entry
that's the
that
same.
mechanism is there. Na? Yes.
So
So,
nice, sir. Really very valuable and informative session.
so we'll extend.
Any doubts? Any queries, our staff
Any queries, please?
and LSC staff, other RT staff?
Sir, namaste, sir. This is
Namaste,
Badrinath.
sir. Badrinath, sir. Namaste, namaste, sir.
Sir, actually, we had one doubt regarding retention, the period of retention of records, the duration of retention of those records, like financial records or service records and all. So, any particular rule is there, sir, for that?
Sir, service record we need to preserve as long as that person is alive.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah,
Financial again it depends on whether it is a related to the legal requirement. Okay, for
okay,
example,
okay.
financial grants received for the IGNO new building. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
so
Okay,
that
okay.
may be vital till it should not be disposed of. It should be
No, actually,
retained.
we will be accumulating study center bills over the period of years. So, how long those should be kept? Because
In
it will
that
be piling up like anything,
in
year by
that
year.
yes sir, in that case some of the sensitive files you need to scan it, convert it into
Yeah,
digital and store it, and then you can dispose of, make a committee, take a
yeah,
report from all the members, and
yeah,
then
yeah.
convert into digital form and then dispose it of. So
Okay.
have a master copy of that one. Means at a minimum two place you need to store
Yeah.
that digital. One in the record maintaining persons. Other one is we can hand over to the RD office.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
sir.
that way.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Any other questions from participant? If we,
Now may I request Dr. Shanmugam,
yeah.
Senior Assistant Regional Director, to kindly deliver the vote of thanks, please.
Thank you, madam. So today the webinars organized and instructions of IGNO headquarters and our senior regional director madams took an initiative and to find out to produce this webinar for the office bearers who can maintain the records. So in this aspect, our NDRI scientist, Dr. Lakshman Naik, also sir was the coordinator for the program in charge for the IGNO, has delivered the webinar on this topic on behalf of Regional Center Bangalore and our regional director, on behalf of the IGNO Study Center staffs. I extend heartful thanks to you, sir, for presentation. Thank
Thank you
you.
very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And I also thanks our senior regional director, Dr. S. Radha Madam, to instrumental to organize and conduct this webinar. Thank you, Madam. And I also thanks our IGNO Study Center staffs, coordinator, supporting staff who are present over here for this webinar. On behalf of Regional Center, I thanks them also. And also I thanks our own staff of IGNO Regional Center, AR, Mr. Badrinath and Shantalakshmi Madam, and other staffs who are actually participated, and our computer divisions, Mr. Rajshekhar, Assistant Director, joined also. I all of them on behalf of Regional Center, I thanks you all. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
You may leave now. Thank you.